Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now. Where I am now, in a special place. A telephone embrace, where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to Everette Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world on your cell phones, on your radio, on your laptops, all you have to do is go to 1350 AM, 1400am.com, go to church webcast, click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbor. Let's welcome WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, WMVA 88.9 FM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go over to YouTube. We have FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton there. Crystal Records, CRISTO Records 1, Crystal Records 1. Go over there, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we promise before the day is over, we will shout you out.
You promise?
Promise.
Shout out.
Woo, Mr. E, it's the weekend. Does it feel like it to you?
It feels like the weekend. Oh, it does not really feel like the weekend. It feels like I can go some more. Monday, Tuesday.
Yes.
It feels like it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday day.
It feels a little different, but it's really beautiful here in the Hampton Roads area.
Yeah.
We're expecting some great weather. I think a little bit of rain. They said it was a little drought here.
Right.
So we need a little bit more rain
That's
Sunday.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But this week and the temperatures have been absolutely marvelous.
75 degrees on the outside right now and mostly sunny in the Hampton Roads area.
What I like about our weather is we'll get these great temperatures, but in the evening it'll cool down real nice.
Cool.
So I love that. And so we are enjoying this weather. We're enjoying life that God has given us another day. I think it's marvelous.
Above dirt, yeah.
Another day to do better and to praise
right.
Him.
Yeah, to get
and
it
to
right.
get it right.
That's right.
But
That's
I tell you, this is a fun Friday.
Yes, I don't have a joke yet. I was going to pull some of them old jokes out of my bag, but,
We'll wait till you get, real professional, Mr. E.
Yeah.
You keep trying. I advise you to stay away from the geese and duck and bird jokes. All them old school, all that old school stuff. Go on and bring us up to 2025.
How about if I get some lesson from Cat Williams?
All right. or go to the comedy club and get you some training, or go online. You know, they got all kind of stuff online. Go to YouTube. They'll probably teach you a few jokes or two.
I think it's me delivering the punchline because everything else would be all my jokey jokes, but it just I don't have the enthusiasm when it comes to delivering the punchline.
Oh, we got so much going on, but one thing we do have, Mr. E, is the current job listing.
That's right. You know, if you need a job, you know whether or not you need a job. So if you need a job, make sure you go down to Lowe's, Home Depot. School is getting ready to come out. Go down to the airport. Go down to Norfolk International Airport, UPS. Go down to Federal Express. Go to these different areas, and you get your job. Get you a job. These are seasonal jobs, also some of them, and some of them are right now. Absolutely. The MOCO of Virginia MOCO is looking for a senior development officer, and the Curtis Group is looking for a counselor.
Yes, a consultant, absolutely, and an associate.
A consultant,
absolutely.
Right.
That's the Curtis Group. I've never heard of them, but yeah, go online. And the Virginia Living Museum, they need a CFO part-time. We have summer camp educator needed for summer camps. Exhibits coordinator, event staff position, Aspire mobility mentor from the Catholic Charities of Eastern Virginia. That's needed as well.
They also need a Strife mentor. Yes. And Academy for Nonprofits of Excellence, TCC, is looking for a program specialist. And the Student Results Center from TCC is looking for a lead case manager. All
right. We have Norfolk Public Library, Connect with Your Community. They have the summer camp. They need staff. This is fact. Mm-hmm. It's $12.50 to $16.50 an hour. You just mentioned, go out there and get those summer jobs. Also, the public library needs a delivery driver. That closes at 5/5/2025.
Downtown Norfolk is looking for a public RAM manager, and the YWCA SHR is looking for an administrator advocate, a young woman proposal, young women proposal, economic power academy manager, a crisis service specialist, a counselor 1, counselor 2, a resident service assistant night and weekends, and a resident service assistant part-time, shelter manager, director of human resource, the Virginia Beach Special Victim Squad advocate, and a victim advocacy manager.
All right, Norfolk Botanical Garden, they need a garden guide. For kids, they need a development.
That's an easy job.
Possibly. Yeah. It sounds like it's a good one. For kids, development associate. We also have a family case manager in Chesapeake needed, a housing specialist in Suffolk, intake specialist, maintenance technician, and they also need a prevention or diversion specialist, receptionist, director support specialist, PIN Ministries.
And the Greater Hampton Roads, the Junior Achievement of the Greater Hampton Roads is looking for education marketing support specialist interim. And the YWCA Southampton Road is looking for a crisis specialist, counselor 1 and 2, a resident service assistant nights and weekends, a resident service assistant part-time, shelter manager, a director of human resources, administrative advocate, a Virginia Beach specialist victim squad advocate, and a Virginia Beach advocacy manager, and a job coach, direct support professional, Sugar Plum Bakery.
$18 to $20 an hour.
At the bakery, at the Sugar Plum Bakery.
Absolutely.
Go down and get you a job.
All right, Tidewater Community College, major gift officer. Also, HRCAP, they need a community engagement director.
Suffolk Public Library is looking for a library learning and staff development supervisor, and the Norfolk Public Library is looking for a school outreach presenter and facilitator.
All right, Girl Scouts of the Colonial Coast, they need a summer camp position filled. All right, we have Virginia MOCA, MOCA, Director of Operations, Art Camp Assistant is needed as well.
The Children's Center is looking for executive director, and Virginia Beach Arts Center is looking for a marketing and communication coordinator.
All right, that's $16 an hour.
Yeah.
All right, Ghent United Methodist Church, they need an office manager. Also, the City of Virginia Beach Deputy Director, Housing of Neighborhood Preservation needed.
And the YMCA is looking for a senior director of grants, corporation, and foundation relation, and a director of development.
That's in Southampton Road, so YMCA. Also, we have Catholic Charities of Eastern Virginia, again, administrative assistant, the Peninsula Community Foundation, they need a support services coordinator.
And the Virginia Living Museum, looking for an advanced coordinator, event staff, exhibit coordinator. So if you need a job, there are a whole lot of listing going on there. Make sure you go down to Harry Teeter's, and don't let nobody tell you that because you've been incarcerated that you can't get a job. You can.
All right, we want to say good morning to Miss Roberta Carter. How are you, young lady? Hope you've been doing good. Good to see you here. You all make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know we'll shout you out.
Also want to say good morning to Miss Crystal Hinton.
Oh.
Good morning to you, Miss Sheila Robbins. Good morning to you.
We have Rhonda A. Driver here. Rhonda, we would love to have you back on our After Dark show. Please reach out or we'll reach out to you. It's good to have my daughter up here. We had a wonderful dinner on last night. I love her. She's so sweet. Thank you. So Mr. E, this is our Friday segment.
That's right.
What's in your closet? Issues concerning us women.
That's what it's all about. Talking about you moody women, you women that has so many different personalities and different attitudes, different styles, different that. You women y'all got more. Y'all are moody. No wonder the song say moody women.
Oh, that's just look. It's like Mr. E act like he know all the women in the whole wide world. You probably know about 2 shrewd women and there's moody around you. You can't get rid of.
Moody, I mean, just mood swing on yesterday and mood swings to early this morning. Get up, looking at the sunshine. When you say tomato, they say tomato.
Rhonda said, "Come on, Mr. E." Giving shade early.
Gotta give it to you.
Don't give us no shade now. You know we can rock and roll. Look, on the Wednesday segment, what's in your closet? Not what's in your closet, but what's under your head. You know we'll get you back now.
That's right. Issues concerning men. But today is dealing with them women.
Well, not dealing with them women, but we are doing something special.
Yeah.
And we know this is Mother's Day month.
That's
month
right.
of May. And we're just going to tell you all how we feel and how, those that have researched information about moms, how to celebrate moms on Mother's Day when she's passed away. When mom is no longer here, there's still ways of celebrating mom. It is really understandable that, when Mother's Day comes, that people can have a difficult time, thinking about mom and how she's passed away. Sometimes it's fresh, when those holidays roll around, she might have just passed away, or maybe she's been gone for quite some time. People feel like they have to really get a hold of their emotion because, a mother, when you have a mother, that is a special thing, right or wrong, or however she is. Good or bad or ugly, you have come from someone that have carried you and, have instructed you. And it is a hard thing to wrap your mind around that she's no longer there. As we celebrate a wonderful day, because it feels so good. I'm a mother. It feels so good as a mother to, celebrate something I thought was one of the best things that have ever happened in my life. I have 2 children. And the job to be able to serve them and love them, these years has been something that I am so glad I have experienced. But, my mom passed away, Mr. E, a few years back, and it was a really strange feeling. It is something that if you don't have, well, it's something that if you haven't lost a mom, you may not be able to relate to.
That's right. Because my mom passed away some time ago also, at an early age, in her life, But if you don't know how it feels, and don't let nobody tell you that on these certain occasions, these days, like Mother's Day, if you don't miss your mama, you know, uh, you know. But there are some things that Miss Hinton that we need to address today. Is the Mother's Day difficult?
Go ahead.
And how can one celebrate Mother's Day if they're not getting along with their mother?
Well, that's one thing, but for us, getting back to us really having to come to grips emotionally with mom, it's a hard thing. And like I said, I lost my mother a few years back, and it's a thing that it's in your bloodstream. You start feeling the sense of loss all in your being and things like that. But one thing I did also experience was the future and trying to feel it, uh, uh, and trying to grasp hold to the future without her.
That's right. That's right.
It was a hard thing to know after her being there all the time that she's no longer there and you will never see her again in this life.
That's right.
That's a hard thing to wrap your head around.
Who wouldn't have never known that when mamas are gone, like when my mama gone, I mean, who knows you better than your mama? I mean, my mama knows me up and down around the town. So she knows me. And then when you look for her, she's no longer there. Someone that you can pour out your spirit to, your heart to, or lay your head on. And then I used to be able to go to my mom's house and climb in her bed and have one of the greatest sleeps you ever want to have.
Do you think do you think you've gotten over the loss, or have you adjusted? Are you feeling better about her not being there? And what happens to you on Mother's Day when it comes around?
What happens to me, I miss my mom day in and day out, every day, every day. I think about my mama every single day. And
Really? Wow.
and because my mama to me was one of the greatest people you ever want to be a part of. I mean, she was one of the greatest jewels in my life that helped me through the struggling times and still treat me like I was just her little boy. And if anybody know my mom, you would know that she was a special, very down to earth, special lady.
Absolutely. Sometimes not only do we have to deal with a loss after she's gone, but before moms goes, a lot of them are sick.
Right.
They're sick for a while. You have to, take care of, nurture them. You have to see them through that hard time. And so sometimes when you've seen your mom suffer, or, all of a sudden this strong woman is no longer that strong woman, she is now at her weakest.
That's right.
And that begins really the loss. It's like, I no longer have a mom that is up strong, hey, just doing what she do. A mom can rock and roll. She's
right.
able to do, nurture children. She's able to work, cook, clean. She manages everything. She just takes care of the community. And all of a sudden, this strong woman is laying down on her back, and she is in a very vulnerable state, and it causes really a loss at that point.
Miss Hinton, when you said that is so. Mamas have everything. My mom used to have this little house coat that she wear, one of those, and
Yes.
everything in the pocket. She had deep pockets, and everything that you name you need, it was in one of those pockets.
My goodness,
yes. If you need a safety pin, she had it. If you need some old peppermint candy, she can reach deep down in her. And then if you need a few coins, she know how to untie that little handkerchief that she had deep in her pocket and pull out a few dollar bills.
Some people say, Miss Lee, that they avoid social media because it's so much about mom. And if you've lost your mom, when you start seeing the celebration and things like that, it's really difficult to really not think about, the things, the loss and
That's
the
right. That's
feeling and
right.
the hurt and the pain. Some people really go through distress and depression when it comes to this time of the year.
Because they remember their mama. I remember mama in a special way. They remember mama, how mama used to hold and rock them and love them. When everybody else walk away from them, they remember mama. You said something that was so clear, that when mama is that strong woman, that one that holds
Yes.
the glue to the family, to keep the family together, now she is weak. She
Yes.
cannot fight. She cannot pull a rabbit out of her hat. She cannot pull nothing out of her pocket. Now she's looking there just as frail
Yes.
and can't move. And you say to
Yes.
yourself, "Mama, mama." I
Absolutely.
mean, when my mom passed away, I went home that night, Miss Hinton, and I thought my mama was in the TV
Mm,
talking to me. The TV was completely off,
yes.
and I looked at the TV, and I can hear just
Yes.
as clear as a bell. My mama speaking to me, telling me it's gonna be all right.
Wow. It is such a difficult time, and especially, like I said before, the death of a mother, if she no longer recognize you, that's what some people are saying as we research. When mom don't know who you are,
Yeah,
the relationship, you can't convince, she has Alzheimer's, you cannot convince her who you are. She doesn't recognize you. She doesn't know what her name is. She doesn't know anything except she's breathing alive and she's in another realm, another world. People have to come to grips with that when a mother is going through Alzheimer's. That is a very difficult time. We understand when that happens.
that's one of the hardest things in the world you got to deal with. When you see your mama
Mm, mm, mm.
no longer being big mama,
Don't know you.
don't know who you are,
Hmm.
don't know where she's at, and
Yes.
and cannot fight for herself. She's just laying there,
Yes.
and that's one of the hardest things in the world, just to see mama laying there, not able to fight, not able to do what she do.
Absolutely. So we're going to share some things with you that we feel is going to be a great thing in getting through, and if you're going through extreme sorrow and grief, you can always, talk to a professional, a counselor, a pastor, someone in mental health to help you get through, because this is a tremendous loss. A mother you will never see in this life is a very hard thing to accept. Now we get through, but just like Mr. E was saying, the memories and the thoughts of his mother is an everyday occurrence.
That's right. It's right there before
Mhm.
my very eyes. Because when I look at my sisters or my brothers, when I think about my brothers and my sisters, or my nephews and my nieces, or even my children, I can see my mama, the resemblance of my mama in in the children. The other day
Yes.
I got a grandson, he's about 8 months old,
Yes.
and he has two teeth down at the bottom. It's a certain way that my mama holds hit her mouth. Now he's looking just like my mama holding her mouth when she was, when she was here with us. Now he got it. I said, Lord, if that don't look like my mama.
Before we get to some of the things and suggestions, I want to go back to something that Mr. E was saying, talking about when you don't have that good relationship.
Yeah,
That's the thing, when you have the regrets, when you haven't treated mama like she
mama.
should have been
That's right.
treated.
That's right.
And when mama, you and mom have a strength and you never got it right, that's when it hits folk as well, Mr. E.
And a lot of people, go lose their minds because they didn't do right by mama. They didn't treat mama right. And they hold mama at hostage, like it's mama fault that they're
Mhm.
like that. But they fail to realize mama is training them, teaching them, and
Yes.
showing them how to be young men and young women. In the sense, and we did a little survey, a look and talk,
Mhm.
how can one celebrate Mother's Mother's Day if they did not get along with their mother. They said throughout question, mothers can be emotionally complex when the relationship with your mother is strained. Here are some of the alternate ways to navigate that day. Focus on other meaningful relationships.
Yes.
How in the world, and this survey, I really was upset with it.
How
It
come?
says focus on other meaningful
Meaningful
relationships.
Yeah, what do you have a problem with?
But if you didn't get along with your mama, and in other words, my understanding here saying get your mind off your mama.
Yeah, go and nurture the relationships that you have left here because you didn't have time. You didn't take time to nurture that one with mom.
But if it was not for mama, you wouldn't have been here. If it was not, even though mama had done wrong, if it wasn't for mama, you would have never made it this far.
I think most people do give mom that credit. When you're not getting along with your mom or your mom has done wrong, we got moms that, have done, a lot of harm and wrong and have done things to their children. And so, it is a hard thing. And that's why they recommend that you get with other folk that you can nurture. You got to get over the regrets. You got to get over the fact that you could not get it right with mom. But you can celebrate, just like Mr. E say, to celebrate the fact that she brought you into the world.
Yeah.
And maybe there were some things that she could have done better, but you respect the role that she had and, hope that you do better as a parent. Sometimes we can criticize mothers and criticize what they've done, and then we got to look at ourselves and see if we're going down that same road.
I want to say good morning to Mr. Chris Hinton. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's one of our sponsors.
Absolutely.
Beer God. That's right. They said celebrate other mothers figures in your life. Acknowledge grandmama, aunties, sisters, friends, teachers, or anyone who has provided you with a nurturing support. You can spend time with them. You appreciate them.
Absolutely. You can celebrate them in some kind of way, or like I said, do better by the relationships that you have with your children.
Yeah.
Here are some things that you can do when mom passed away. There's no right or wrong. It's what you think of. I used to love going through some of the things that my mother left. She used to write a lot. And just reading some of the things that she's written or looking at pictures of her in the past is a joy. And it just brings that reminder. Also, the last days and moments of being able to sit there and hold her hand while she's in the hospital or sing to her. We all one day sang to her in her room before she, a day before she passed away. Those things, help. Thinking about those great memories. Visit her resting place, Mr. E, create memories. Like I said, look through photos and videos, share stories, talk to, don't stop talking about mama. Don't let her, just pass by and not say anything and think that, she's gone. She's within you. The life that she brought you up in is still alive.
One of our listeners says, celebrate with Thanksgiving. Be thankful that you have someone that got you here and let go of the expectations of what your mama should have been based on the blueprint of someone else. Mothers, celebrate yourself. If you are a mother or a great mama, and the great mama you are becoming.
Absolutely. It is a marvelous thing to be a mother. It's wonderful to have a mother. I miss mine dearly, Mr. E. But those are things we do, sharing good stories, laughing about some of the things. And then sometimes I know as a woman or anybody, any of her children, sometimes you look in the mirror and that face is the face of your mother. Do it lately. It's like, oh man, you see her face. It's you.
That's right.
But it's her. And it is absolutely a beautiful thing. Those that have lost mothers, those that have not had a great relationship. We just encourage you all on that day to celebrate her in some way, to celebrate yourself as a mother in some ways, and start feeling good. Put the past behind and just welcome, a new day where you can see the sunshine.
That's right. All you got to do is sit back and look and remember some of the great moments, the good, the bad. Just remember that you have a great mama, and your mama might have made some errors and no longer here, but in your heart, you still have a great, great big mama.
Absolutely. Look, we're going to see you all on Monday for Sports Talk. We want you to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Everette, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9, Peace 95.3 FM, and WPCE 1400 AM. Don't forget to join us on all social media platforms. And don't forget to join us Monday night from 6 until 7 with our special guests come to you. We'll let you know Monday morning. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful weekend, okay? Keep your raincoat beside you because the weatherman said you're going to get a little rain.
Absolutely.
Bye now.
All right. Mother's Day. Oh, my God. Like I said, sometimes I look at it, I'm like, man, I see the reflection of my mother in me. So many things she taught us. My mother, a woman of prayer, very stern, didn't take no stuff from nobody. She really didn't. Was a great cook, just managed the household because my father died when we were young and she had to move us here. She had to do everything. And, I dearly miss her, but I also give tribute to her for all that she's done, all that she accomplished, and all that who she was.
And not only that, Miss Hinton, I give tribute to mamas, and because look where we are now. If it wasn't for the nourishment and the encouragement and the love, we wouldn't have never made it this far. When we think about our mothers, we have to think about we could have been cut off a long time ago. We could have been on drugs. We could have been out there doing everything under the sun. Yes. But now we are lovers of God and we appreciate who God is in our life because it was a seed that was sown in us. And now we were able to stand and say, listen, what would Mama do if she was here? And would she be proud of me to see how almost what I have accomplished now? Wow. To be proud of me to see the grannies and all the rest of the children and to see that I'm not locked behind those prison bars, to be proud that I'm still here.
Yeah. So thank you all for tuning in. We're definitely still going to talk about mothers and all that they do and have accomplished this month. But we also going to be back here on Monday for Monday Sports Talk. Mr. E got some numbers. Mr. E been looking at these games. The playoffs have been fire, but guess who went home?
That's right. Listen, Miss Hinton, I got the sheets of the people that are playing. The Grizzlies went home when they played against OKC. Tomorrow night, the Nuggets and the Clippers will fight to debate who's going home. Who's going home? Either the Nuggets or the Clippers. This is a
Who 7. Who do you want to go home, Mr.
Well, I want the Clippers to go home.
Really?
And let the Nuggets hanging around. Now the Lakers and the Timberwolves. The Lakers went home. AD got
them. Mr. E loved that. I'm gonna tell you that of all the teams.
Ant-Man got them. I'm so proud of Ant-Man and the boys. They sent that dynasty home to sit at the dining room table. Well, don't forget that tomorrow night, that game number to determine 5 and 6 is coming around the corner.
Yes.
The Rockets and the Warriors. It's a 3-2 series now. And so the Rockets can the Warriors can send the boys home.
Absolutely.
So I believe Golden State is going to send Houston home. So bye-bye, because we're going back to the Golden Gate, where Golden State Warriors are from, and we're going back there. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won their round. So the Cleveland Cavaliers when the round comes in, Cleveland Cavaliers won and the Indianapolis Pacers won. So the next round in game one, the Cleveland Cavaliers going to be playing against the Indiana Pacers and the Knicks.
Oh, the Knicks
going to be playing against the Celtics.
Oh Lord, see, let me say something. I don't know who I would want to win in that game. I mean, I'm kind of like, because I'm a Brooklyn girl, maybe New York, but the Knicks, they're fire too.
That's right. The Knicks are fire.
They won last night.
But the Celtics
are bomb. I mean, they are all that.
Old schoolers, and they've been winning for the last 2-3 years.
Absolutely. So we're gonna keep our eyeballs on that.
So New York Knicks.
And you all make sure you join us on Monday. Also Monday evening, hopefully we'll have our special guest. We'll let you know. We will make that announcement.
Yeah.
Now, we also have some upcoming shows. We have men and women's issues, of course, on Friday. We're going to have a guest that's going to come on and talk about fentanyl and the fentanyl crisis. This is Drug Awareness Month, and they're highlighting what is going on in our communities and all over the world with this fentanyl thing. And so we're going to bring that hot topic as well. We need for you all to actually participate. Mr. E, let them know that we really want them in our audience, and we want them to be special guests.
If you want to be a special guest, a sponsor, or intern of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or you can email us. You want to be in our audience, you want to sit in our audience, email us your email, and we'll email you back on the date and the time that we would love to have you in our audience. All you got to do is email us, and we'll email you back at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com, or you can give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, and guess what? We'll get back with you. Thank you so much, Miss Rhonda Drivers, Miss Sheila Robbins, Miss Roberta Carter. Thank you so much, Mr. Chris Hinton, Miss Crystal Hinton, Milton Everett. Thank you so very, very much.
We got I Am Lady Ash 07 here on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you all follow us on social media. We need you all to go to YouTube and give us, subscribe to our channels and just all our channels. Please follow and subscribe. We would really appreciate it. Visit our sponsors, Bulvic Academy, BULVIC Academy.com, and Beard Guards. I want to say thank you to my staff, my facilitators, all that came out for Pizza and a Dialogue. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We had a wonderful time. We're going to be doing some more things, lunch and a dialogue. That's going to be with some of our leaders and things like that. We usually do dinner and a dialogue, but we will do a lunch and a dialogue. We're going to be inviting a lot of folk out for that conversation as well. So we thank all those that participated, all the girls, all the guys come out, Mr. E, all the facilitators, my daughter Crystal, and the others. You all are a blessing. Thank you so much for supporting what we do. Okay, so listen, be a special guest or sponsor. Mr. E told you about that. He's going to give the contact information, and then we're going to see you all on Monday for Monday Sports Talk.
And don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10. And for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861, or email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
Be blessed. Have a wonderful weekend.
2 up, 2 down. VA.